How are you?
I'm good.
We chose the same
The same
clothing.
sweatsuit. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing,
let's,
man?
let's do it. I'm good. I've been wanting to have you on for such a long time, and I know there was a delay in getting back, but now you're here, so let's get on with it, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this.
Wicked. So, Snackable Mental Health. I'm Brandon W. Hahn here with Bobby Allen, a Canadian and international level basketball legend in our humble abode of Canada and out of Peel region. I've got a bunch of questions here, and I really want to test your get reach into the cerebral aspects of basketball today. As Snackable Mental Health evolves, I like to go to different areas, not just for people with mental health conditions, but people that are athletes, actors, radio stars, all that kind of stuff going on. And I was like, why not look at to see if Bobby Allen will come on the show and we'll talk about the cerebral aspects of basketball. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions
I love it.
with my Fresh Rejects jersey
Let's
going
go.
on?
Yes. What's up?
Bobby, you
Fresh
compete
rejects.
awesome. Fresh Rejects. You competed at a high level. Very few athletes ever reach, like right in the orbit or on the cusp of the NBA. What was happening mentally during that stretch of your career, and how do you stay grounded while chasing something that big?
Well, the secret for me was I actually, when I was younger, there was a lot of things going on with me, and I fell in love with using basketball as a tool to help me get away from the things that was going on with me. So I think a lot of people got to play against a guy that was very angry at other things going on in his life.
So that helped. Was
Well,
you channeled your anger into talent?
100%.
Wicked. I've got so many things to ask you. You've started up. How old is the Bobby Allen Skills Academy now?
We're going into 16 years.
16 years. My goodness. So when you started the Bobby Allen Skills Academy, and that's in Mississauga, right?
It's in Brampton. It's in Brampton
Brampton.
now. It
What
was in
gap were you,
Mississauga.
Wicked. What gap were you trying to fill for young athletes in Peel region?
Um, when I first started, uh, I actually didn't even want to start it. Like I just wanted to finish playing basketball and just move away from being around people. When I played basketball, it wasn't to be in front of the crowd. I just fell in love with working on my game and, just being by myself and just enjoy working on different things in my game. I got really good at it, and then yeah, then you had to play in front of crowds, and it was cool. And then once I started playing, I got in love with playing and doing my thing. Then I finished. I wanted to get away from people, but I had friends that taught me into doing it. I actually didn't want to do it. Then I started doing it, and I fell in love with trying to help all these young guys and young girls reach their dreams. So it's something I didn't really want to do, and then I fell in love with doing it, and then now it's like I'm in love with it.
And you became a mentor as well.
100%.
I keep reminding myself that I'm not interviewing a pro basketball player. I'm interviewing a program architect.
Oh,
Does that sound like a label you want to carry around?
I don't know. I just know like I have a bunch of kids that I look at everybody different, not just having a bunch of kids taking their money. I look at a bunch of kids that I feel like they need me because they don't know what's ahead of them. So it's like here I am, I can help them and I can help them maneuver because
Wicked.
anything I didn't really have anybody before me that played for Canada and played pro ball and played NCAA that can sit with me and tell me this is what you do or money management, all that stuff. I didn't have that.
I it's funny. I followed your. I'm going to say this, and I had to write this one down. As I've done the best to follow kind of your ascent since I was in grade 9 at Bramley Secondary, and you were at Morningstar. You were a few years older than me, and you played against all the senior guys when I was in midget and junior at Morningstar. Those were special days for me, and I was so special to be around Peel region in the late '80s I grew completely from those years, and suffice to say, I became a better player at the game of life from watching players like you who were much better than I was. So, the utmost of respect for being a player that is doing life changing legacy moves. And I look forward to more stories from you. And I'm just so I wasn't the guy in Peel for my team, but when I moved to a small town in Northumberland named Coburg, I
Yep.
benefited from being around guys who were like you. And I was an all-star in Coburg, but a mediocre player in Peel. How
Wow.
important is being around elite standards when you're developing?
When I was playing, I always played against
The older guys,
the older guys, yes. And then once I
just
got
like Earl Clara.
Air Clara, that's my guy. So he's older. He's older than me, but he was a Peel All-Star, a very good basketball player. He's the type of guy that could have went NCAA pro, NCAA and pro. So I used to go to Sheridan and play against him all the time. And once I knew I could beat him, I'm in
You
high
knew
school. I'm
you
in high
arrived.
school. He's at Sheridan, and he's all Canadian, and he's getting all these awards. But I'm still in high school. Once I knew that he couldn't guard me and I could beat him, I knew I was ready to go. And he told me I was ready to go. To this day, he always says I'm the best offensive player he's ever seen in Canada
And
because
I he's
because of Earl Clear.
he's right. I mean, he's right. And I
Thank you.
when I followed Earl as well. He was like he was out of senior by the time I got to high school, but he
Yes,
was already a legend.
yes,
And following in his footsteps, I remember watching you play in the Peel Regional Finals against Bramley, and a guy that kind of followed Earl's shoes was Humphrey Hill.
yeah. It's my guy.
and
Yep,
and you guys played against each other in the finals, and
yeah,
all the kids from Morningstar and Bramley showed up at Sheridan College to watch this game, and it was so upsetting because you beat us in a close
yeah.
one. I think you
In
went on the
Oakville.
Hofstra for that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That was like a coming out party for me. I got hot at the end of the game. I got hot at the end of the game and then hit some shots and then
Dunked on
we
everybody.
we won the game and then next we had to beat Cardinal AJ. Cardinal AJ stacked with a bunch of guys 6'10", 6'8", whatever. We beat them and next thing you know we're in OFSA. We we fell in OFSA, but a lot of teams we beat, they had like 3, 4, 5 guys going on to college and university. I was the only guy on my team that really played basketball. Nobody went on to college. No one played university. It was only me.
And after Morningstar, where did you land?
I um I was recruited by NCAA schools, but my grades wasn't good, so I went to Spoon River Junior College in
Okay.
Canton, in Canton, Illinois. Um, I was a two-time All-American there, and I was National Junior College Player of the Year in America.
Wow. And
Yeah,
they retired your jersey
and
at junior college.
and they retired my jersey. And the craziest thing about that was it was the last home game of my second year, and we still have we didn't go in the playoffs yet, and they retired my jersey. I'm thinking back like right now, I'm thinking that wasn't normal. Like you're supposed to get a call like years later and then get a call and say, hey, you're gonna get your number retired. I got my number retired during my season. I was still playing.
Wow, you changed so much at that school. That's amazing. You
Yeah,
just kind of you revamped their whole program. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I totally want to get into this. How much of a school of basketball is Bobby Allen Skills Academy? What does it teach as far as basketball IQ goes?
Well, that's the biggest thing. So all the kids that's been around me for the 15 going on 16 years, I don't allow people to just play with the basketball for absolutely no reason. I don't allow kids to take bad shots for no reason. I don't allow kids to be mean to each other. I want everyone to play together as a team. That's what I do. I don't teach a whole bunch of garbage. Even though I'm known for scoring and stuff like that, my scoring came within the offense. I
That's
never
right.
I never went crazy and took bad shots. I never over dribbled. I'm gonna have my teammates that follow this. They're gonna be like, yeah, Bobby doesn't. He just scores. You know what I mean? I'll crash the board if I have to. I'll cut the lane, whatever angles I get. And if people are open, I also pass in the basketball. And what people don't know is in junior college or some leagues overseas, I led those leagues in assists too.
That's right. And well, let's discuss a little bit about Team Canada now.
Oh yeah, yep,
What was that
yep.
experience like? I mean, you and was it Ainsley Brooks? I think was on that team as well.
Nah, that was Team Ontario.
Team Ontario.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I got into Team Ontario grade end of grade 11, and Angel and I we all-star games, all that stuff. We play together. He's a very good guy, very strong guy. He ended up going to school in the States as well. And
and
he
Sherman.
told me Sherman is younger. But
Okay.
Sherman, yeah, but Sherman, Sherman played with me Team Canada, Ainsley played with me Team Ontario.
Wow. And
So Ainsley and I connected, and then so we easily won everything in all of Canada with our Ontario team. And our Ontario team could easily play against NCAA teams.
yeah, you were on that level.
Our Ontario team was crazy. We had four guys that was already playing their freshman year. They finished in NCAA. So we had four guys that is playing NCAA, and then we had some CIS all Canadians first year, big guys, 6'10" and stuff. Tim Mao, who else was there? But we had a really good Ontario team. We could easily beat university teams. And
Wow.
then
And you were,
then
and some of
then
you were still in high school.
yeah, and then I came back to high school, and I was MVP All of Canada.
That's incredible, Bobby.
Yeah.
Um, my big thing here is that I was so impressed when I came across you again and was reading the articles that were written about you in the papers, both Toronto wide and nationally. And my thing was, you got to play with, or rather, he got to play with you, Steve Nash, who ended up becoming two-time NBA MVP, and you were more than his right-hand man. You
Yes.
were you were passing the ball to Steve Nash in order for Steve Nash to become Steve Nash.
No, well, that's actually not true. So he was the point guard. I was a two guard. So he was getting me the ball to the point where our teammates was jealous that he was passing me the ball so much. And I was the leading scorer on that team. And I've had a lot of compliments, but the compliment he gave me was, Bobby, why don't you want to play in the NBA? You're so much better than all of us. And this is when he was in his last year, going into his last year at Santa Clara before he got drafted.
So that
And
was a choice for you not playing in the NBA?
nah, well, I'm doing this show because I'm trying to tell you, like, I didn't want to play in the NBA and I wanted to play in the NBA. My mind was all over the place because I'm not a people
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
I'm not a people person. So it's almost like I sabotage myself,
Okay.
because I did a lot of things a normal athlete wouldn't do. I was always partying and doing all these other things where somebody else would be focused on being, once I got to a certain level, I stopped pushing the way I should have. But I've played against really good NBA players and got
Oh,
the better of them.
absolutely.
And I've played against really good overseas guys and I played really good against them. But, I was nervous. I get nervous around people. So the NBA would have put me out there, really, really out there, and then I'd be really nervous. That's who you're interviewing right now.
And which is why I was like, you know what? I think that this guy knew what he wanted to do with basketball before basketball knew what to do with him.
I'm in love with doing what I'm doing now more than playing basketball.
That's wild.
Crazy, right? Because once I realized how much people didn't like me, but they like me because I'm Bobby Allen, it just freaks me out. It
Yeah,
does
no, I mean,
absolutely freaks me out.
and now that the world has gotten so much smaller with all of this internet stuff, we're able to find people and that when I started doing Snackable, we've been Facebook uh, 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 associates for quite a long time, but we I don't think we really connected.
Yeah.
And and I was like, you know what, when I do start that podcast, it's going to be mental health based, but I want it to be across the board and not about mental health, not just about mental health conditions.
Yeah.
I want to have a cerebral connection with the guests on it, and I want to just say that this guy changed his life with a sport.
Yeah.
I'm changing my life with writing,
Yes.
and basically doing this podcast that not a whole lot of people are viewing. But I'm going to keep flogging it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have another question: is what mental tools do you emphasize most at your academy?
Well, you have to really believe in yourself because at the end of the day, um, people can practice all they want, but if you can't put that into the playing, it all the practice was for nothing. So you got to believe that all the practice you did is worth it, and you have to make sure that the practice you did was true because whatever you didn't do is going to come out when you get on that stage. So to me, mental part of basketball is 99% of it. Everybody can play basketball. Who can take a big shot when you really need it?
I hear that. Um, uh, wonderfully said. Taking that big shot. Um, and I mean, you've played at a level where the margins between great and world class are razor thin.
Yes.
What truly separates players at that tier? I mean, you're at such a point where you pretty much figured out the whole system, and
Well, it's mindset. Like for me, um, I worked out with the Raptors for weeks, and
yeah.
I could have went in there and said, "Okay, nice to meet you, Damon Stoudemire. Nice to meet you, Marcus Camby. Nice to meet you. It was an honor working out with you guys." But I went in there saying, "I know you guys got millions, but your money can't save you from me."
That's amazing.
And I did what I had to do.
Where do you take that though? Like, I mean, it's like absolutely. It's just. I mean, if it's a decision you make to not get into the drama of pro ball and travel the world like you did, playing in basically most countries overseas, playing against the best in the world. How do you think a young Bobby Allen would react to the propensity, or sorry, rather the explosion that happened in Toronto,
Now,
when the Raptors were introduced.
how would I don't understand it. What are you
Basically,
saying?
like how would a younger Bobby Allen react in today's
If the Raptors are here when I was younger,
yeah.
I would be chasing to see where they scrimmage, where they play, trying to get tickets to all their games, trying to get to know the best player on the team and find out what he does, what he eats. I'm trying to be the best, so I'm trying to find out what the best does.
I don't want to gush over you, Bobby, but there's one athlete that you're comparing yourself to, and I'm not going to say it right now.
I'm not comparing myself to anybody.
I'm comparing
I
you.
want to play against the best and to see how I do and learn from the best. And he can beat me every day, but sooner or later I'll get something out of it.
That's right. Unbelievable. I just you've hit me on such an angle that I'm just like I'm really happy to have made a connection with you. I keep in mind right now I'm also in writing for film and television with a broadcasting angle.
Yeah.
So if I ever approach you about a news story, I'm hoping you'll say yes.
Depends how I feel that day.
And you've got training to do today with
Yeah, yeah. I got the better kids, some of the better kids coming on Thursday, 5:30 to 7.
who is this this kid you've been promoting, Toth?
Kevin.
Kevin
So
Toth. right?
So this kid came to me at 7 years old. Um, and 7 years old.
Wow.
He's now he's now 20. He's at
Not a
TMU.
real beer, by the way.
That's okay. He's at TMU. Um, he went to Fort Erie and he played with an ankle injury. And I feel like if he wasn't injured, he would not be at TMU. He'd be in the States somewhere. He's a 6'5" point guard. He's in his second year. I know he's gonna play pro.
Yeah,
Maybe
he was.
NBA, maybe NBA, I don't know, but I know what he has. He has all the cerebral, he can do everything. He just got hurt, and that's why he's at TMU. Um, the better players he plays with, the better he's gonna look. And he'll make them look good too.
I
Right?
think that's huge, man. Like,
So
yeah.
I've had players. I've over the years I've had players. Like I said, RJ was with me since he was 11 years old. I
That
had a
would be
Josh
Rowan Harris
Primo.
Jr.
Yes, then I had Josh Primo, Kyle Alexander, who went to Miami Heat. Now he's making a lot of money overseas. I've had players, Devontae Bandu, he played at Baylor. He overseas now. I had a lot of kids that's done, but Kevin is a 6'5" point guard that could do everything.
Wow. So we're gonna keep an eye
So
on this guy.
we keep an eye on him because I know he's good. But I have other kids in my program coming up too. But I really like Kevin, and he comes from a really good family. He's a really good kid, and he works hard.
Wicked, Bobby. Is there anything you'd like to talk to me about? About staying the course with basketball. I mean, it's been a part of your life for longer than you know
Yeah.
a lot of people would have given up on, and maybe found a job somewhere else, or retired completely, or you've
Well,
made the decision to
well,
stay with it.
number one, when I finished university, I had an agent, Bill Duffy. He's Nash's agent. He's a big agent now, but with me, he had caught me in university, told me I was going to NBA, told me I got Sacramento and Golden State. When everything came around for veterans camp, nothing. And he told me that he doesn't work with guys overseas. So that was my experience. He caught me around March of my senior year. So I'm like, okay. He told me not to play in the World Championships, which was with Shaq and all those guys here at the Sky Dome. I did
Okay,
not. I did
that was
not
the
play.
the original Dream Team, I think they called it.
Yes. No, no, no. It wasn't. The original was with Jordan. The
Okay,
second one was Shaq and Dominique and all Sean Kemp. But he told me not to play in the World Championships. There, he already has me set up to go to training camp with either Golden State or Sacramento. So I just chilled out. Um, National team wasn't what it is now. There was some stuff going on. There was racism. There was other things going on with them. So I just didn't want to play with them anyways. Boom. I didn't go to World Championships. They were asking me to come, but I didn't go. So then all of a sudden, Bill Duffy says, "I don't like. I didn't get all the things worked out. I don't have those contracts for those two teams, and he doesn't deal with people overseas. So now I'm sitting there like, what do I do now? So I had to wait a year to go around to go come back, play for Team Canada, lead them in scoring, then start overseas. So I could have quit right there.
yeah, you stayed the course, my friend.
I lost a year, but I still in December I ended up going to Regina with my guy Carl Fix, and he had a traveling team. So we just traveled and played North Dakota, South Dakota, and then he lived in Regina. So then when we come back during the week, I'd stay with him, go train at University of Regina, and then do what rehab, do what I gotta do, and then me and Carl Fix would hang out and go to dinner and chill out together. But he helped me a lot because those teams also had a lot of talent on them. Like Leo Rollins once played for them and all that. It's the same team.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
Wicked. And you know what? I completely. This is stuff that you're blowing me away with some of these stories. But like, because you've kind of you've done a completely like you've chosen your own path, and you've done what you've wanted to do, which is very cool. You didn't follow anybody else's guidelines. You were very. What's the word I can? You're an icon, man.
Well,
And
thanks for that. Like every day I get up, I'm a father and a husband, and I'm a mentor to you guys. I never think to myself, even when I was a really good basketball player, I never thought to myself as I was a star. It's just when I go on the court and stuff, when I start playing, I just want to kill everyone. It's just something in me when I get on the court. It's like I want to kill everyone. And then when I go into the gym, I can crack jokes with the kids. But then when we get on the court, let's get serious. You
Nice.
know, so you don't think anything until you step on that court. To
So
be a
where do you play
mentor,
now?
I don't play. I just like when I first came back, I used to go play pickup, and I used to get fouled like crazy because we don't have the height that we have now. So I'm a 6'3", 6'4" point guard, off guard, strong, can jump. So I'm getting all these guys following me like crazy. I'm like, this is not worth it. I'm gonna play ball, getting fouled like crazy. It's like, you know what? Let me just stop playing. And so I rather just go and teach the kids
And
and
you teach.
relax.
Now you teach.
Because how do you go play pickup when people couldn't stop me overseas? Now I'm gonna play against guys that didn't even play pro ball.
And sometimes, like even with me growing, moving to Coburg, it was difficult to play with riffraff.
No disrespect, but you know what I mean? Like
No, it's not. It's
I'm
exactly.
I'm I'm going from being the main guy on all my teams I played for to playing against guys that didn't even play NCAA.
It's not even worth it.
Yeah, so I'm coming home. My wife is like, "What's that scratch on your neck?" And what's the scratch here? I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. So, and then you don't want to call foul. You don't want to call foul because people think you're soft.
Yeah, we always let the defense call the fouls.
So yeah, but yeah, so I don't want to play. I just love teaching it.
You know what, I just like you've I knew there was a lot to learn from you and your path. um and I'm just blown away by those stories, and I'm very thankful for having you on. And I don't want to keep you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think of uh so yeah, here's we'll end with this. We've had you for half an hour on snackable mental health, and it's been very eye opening to know that even if you're capable of of everything, doing what you want to do is very important. I know that basketball careers have chapters, and what you're doing right now is legacy work, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk about the mental side of it and how everything translates beyond the court. And I'm so happy to have had you on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And we'll talk soon, my friend.
All right. Thank you.
All right.